handkerchief way over there. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Let's see. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I am super hot, guys. I think it's every time I have to get on here and cut lights on, I get super hot because I'm excited. Yay. I'm excited. So, tonight, welcome to the 8:30 Motivation and Manifestation August. This is day number 20. Woo, 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 woo. So this is my personal challenge to get on here for all day, 30 days. August technically has 31 days. My birthday is August 30th, 8:30, right? Hence the reason I did the 8:30 challenge. So I'm quite excited about that, and to go on live each day and just kind of share with you guys who are interested and wanting to go further in your business. I know that's not really professional, but I'm hot. So delegating in your business, right? That's what we're talking about tonight. I am L Peaches Coates, Profit Peaches, Coach Peaches, just Peaches is who I am. Coming to you live once again. I help women entrepreneurs of faith go forth and be able to take the spiritual world and put it with your business world and intertwine them together as they should, because we're supposed to put the kingdom of God first, right? And so that's what I do. I help give clarity, strategy, plan, map sessions, and a process to get where you're trying to go in your life and in your business, right? So I help these entrepreneurs. Hey, Allison, I help entrepreneurs to be able to go forth and do these things. I help them get these their mindsets in the right setting. I'm sorry, guys, I'm hot as usual. When I get on here, I'm cold all day until I get here. I'm hot. But I help women entrepreneurs and a few good men that are there as well. I help them get their mindset in order as well, their physical, spiritual, and emotional process, because business is on all four of those aspects. You can't do business without, number one, heaven. Number two, you need to be physically prepared to be able to receive what's about to happen. Number three, you're going to have to be able to have your mental mindset together. So if you're hurting from something or dealing with some hurt in your past that you need to get past, we need to work on that stuff so you can get your business out forward. Number four, we're going to get the spiritual mindset together. So we got the mind, the body, the spirit, and heaven, all four of them, to be able to help you go forward in your business. So tonight is a special night. Tonight is 8/20 of 2020. So I said we would do a little bit of pre-launch. So I'm gonna need you to work with me a little bit tonight, guys. I need you to comment and help out, because what we're doing is we're going to be giving away a couple of one of my published journals, Divine Joy, a Divine Joy daily prayer journal, which helps you basically. That's my personal one, which comes with quotes. Let me see if you can see that over there. So, which comes with basic quotes, as well as places for you to be able to journal with your date. Some people like open journals more than they do, journals that have other stuff. So this is one of those quotes. We have my favorite scripture on the back, which is Psalm 91. And then, of course, the book has the little ocean in the background, Divine Joy. This was the first prayer journal that I came out with. Hello there, Nani. How are you? Great, outstanding. Oh, thank you so much. And so then we're also going to give a copy of the She's a Winner Weekly Goals Journal as well. And this is from my luxury line of journals. And so it comes with full color pages by the week. We'll talk about it, the week at a glance, to help you get your week set out and planned and structured. You have a place for your reflections, for your monthly goals. We start out with the yearly goals, and then we go into the weekly goals. So this is how we add the weeks of. And we start out with the year and the monthly goals on there as well. And so that's how we get that started with that. So we're going to be giving away a couple of copies of those. If we have enough people tonight, we'll be giving away maybe two, but we are going to give one of each available. And so we'll decide. The only requirement is that you had to be live. So tonight we're talking about delegating in your business. So a lot of people don't understand what's so important about delegating in your business, right? So we want to do everything a lot of time as new entrepreneurs. We have to grab the rein. We're doing it all ourselves until we can get a team in place, till we can start making the finances, and then learn how to hire people and pay them according to strategy, right? So we're learning. So what helps us the most when we feel like overload? And listen, if I can help you and you don't have to go through that, I'll help gladly. Overload happens very quick, and then you don't want to get burned out in your business. Why? Because your business is your legacy, and it's going to help be able to provide for you and your family. So you want it to be its absolute best. Hey sis, how are you guys doing tonight? So we're going to talk about delegating in your business. There are many ways that you can delegate in your business, but before you can start delegating, there are some things that you have to have in check, right? You can't just delegate and think it's all, well, I got it. No. You got to start within yourself as the business owner. So you need to find out some things about your own self. You have to find out, make a list of, and I like to tell you to place a piece of paper down and put the one line down the middle of the page. And I want you to start listing all the things that are your strengths, right? These things that I know I'm strong, I know I'm good at. These are the things that I am 80% the best at what I do at. I read a book called Intentions 2.0. But anyway, the book, it pretty much talked about starting with you figuring out what your intentions are, what your strategy is, and what you strength 2.0, and what your strengths are. And so you start finding out, okay, this is what I'm strong in, this is what I'm weak in. Then you start writing things that I really absolutely like doing in business and about my business. And then these are the things that I really don't want to do. I don't like doing them, or I may not be as effective doing them, even if I like them. And so what you'll do is you'll go down that list. Now, what people normally do is they try to go to the things that they're not as strong in and become stronger while you're still doing the things that you're strong in. And that's not the case in business. So in business, you want to find out who you are, what you're good at, and what you're not so good at. And then you want to start delegating according to that. So after you found out your strengths on one list and your weaknesses on the other list, you then want to go and start delegating in your list to the thing that is the simplest thing in your things that either you don't like or the things that you're not as strong in. Then you take and organize them according to what is the easiest thing down to the hardest thing. And then when you start deciding to delegate to someone else, to VAs or whatever, you would start with the top of the list, the thing that is the easiest thing for you to go forth in being able to delegate out. But the second thing before you can start delegating is you've got to, you have to know, you have to have procedures and processes in order. Because you can't come and tell someone, well, just do this. Just do what? They need to know, especially in online business. You may have someone that's dropping your posts, but what about who you are? You need your post to sound like it's coming from you or from your business. They need to have a brand strategy. You have your mission statements. You have your goal setting. You know what you want to bring forth. When people think of your business, what do they think of? So for instance, when they think of my business or any of the business that I'm with, the Single Mom Survival Club, or the Women Entrepreneurs of Faith, when you think of me in business, the first thing I want you to think of is that girl puts God first, and then she does business, and they rock. And all the women that come into that business, that's what they do. They have a special anointing to go out in public and be able to give their absolute best, but they bring the light of God first and foremost. They're bringing his righteousness is lined up, and so when God is blessing them so superiorly, people understand why this is happening. So You have to be able to have systems in place to be able to know. So when they come in, how can they do this? You're going to have to sit down and talk to them. So who are you delegating to? In most cases, you would start out with a VA, a virtual assistant, right? That's a person that's online, sitting ready to help you with what you have to get done in a day. So you don't have to go to temporary agencies anymore. Temporary agencies used to be the one that you would call and say, hey, send me someone for 8 hours today. Hey, send me someone for 6 hours today. So now you can go and find out, I need someone for, a full 20 minutes in my business on this week, or a full 30 minutes in my business. Give me one moment. I don't know why one of my phones always start having Wi-Fi issues, and then we go back. So I want to switch the Wi-Fi a little bit real quickly. But also just know that you have to be able to get someone to step in. So you can get a VA that can come in and would be able to help you get your list of things done today. So if you're saying, hey, I need to post online, some quotes or info process, then all you have to do is go forward and have your VA to do it for you guys. The air conditioner is on, but I am burning up. Excuse me. And I left my handkerchief over there. So you can delegate things like email sequences. You always want to stay in contact with your customers on your email. Why? Because your email is your online real estate. So you have to make sure that you want to capture the email addresses of those people that are interested in knowing what you have coming up, your strategies, what you have as far as sales and what you're doing. So you would want to have email sequences being set up maybe by your VA. Things like flyers for events, things like hiring the VA to be able to help you with these processes. That's a whole strategic process that needs to happen there. You also things like we talked about social media posting. Like what happens if you are a person that gives a gift, every year. For some people like to use Christmas. Some people just have a customer appreciation day. Whatever your customer appreciation day is, if it's around Christmas, if it's around their birthdays, you're sending a gift for their birthday. If you have a service that you're offering, a product or a gift every single month, that's something that you would delegate out to. You would make sure that they understand what you're doing. I remember early on in my early 20s when I started working in network marketing businesses and strategy. My first business I was dealing with a beauty business. And so I had free samples, and so I would give free samples, but we would get the little clear loot bags, and we would tuck the samples in the bag along with a nice little cute gift card, and we would go and leave them on the doors of the people's homes, their residence. There was times where we would say, here's a movie on me in network marketing. Look over this presentation really quick. We would leave the CDs the DVDs at their doorstep, and we would put a pack of popcorn in and a Coke and say, movie night on us. And then we would leave it at their doorstep, right? That was something that I would delegate. Why? Because I would go to apartment complexes. No one wants to run up and downstairs. So what do? You have your daughter, and their teenage friends, and say, hey guys, you want to make $10? You're going with me for, these 2 hours, and I'll be able to put flyers on doors. And so they make a whole competition. And then you put another additional $10 in the air for the person that wins, that puts out the most flyers and bags. I'm watching each and every one of them as they're going forth, and that's what they would do. We would go into different areas. We would put flyers out. That's called delegating. I would sit in the car, and I would watch the younger people go run and do it because they were faster at it and more. It multiplies when you have more of them. They were having fun. They were excited, and then I would take them to eat, and they've made money. You can also have delegated your conferences or your events or your workshops, courses that you are putting together, and you can have VAs show up. We're in the process of hiring one for things like this, to be able to be on live and them to come on just to kind of interact when you are talking or asking questions, or if you're needed, or if I need websites dropped in, or information to be dropped into you guys while you're on live, then they would be able to help with that. So you have the delegating process for them to be able to set up these things in your online business, just to help life a little bit easier for you, so you don't have to get so stressed out. And it's not as expensive as you think it is. And so we go a little bit more deeper inside of the Women Entrepreneurs of Faith Business Academy with the mini course that we have for small business delegations. Hey, Rodney, how are you? For the small business delegation. So we go into it a whole lot more into the course that we have, the mini course for delegating, where we break it down, the strategies, where we help you with each and every one of those processes, or introducing it to you and giving you resource tools to go in your toolbox to help you be more effective with doing these strategies that way, right? And so that's what that is. So I want to leave you with a prayer point today, because as the Lord was giving me this today to be able to share with you, he gave me the prayer points that you would be praying about as far as delegating in your business, because that's some important stuff. So when we're delegating in our business, just some of the prayer points I just want to talk about. When you're just going to God, you're saying, Lord, please just help me be a good steward over my finances, as well as over the full delegation process. Be my pilot and allow me to be your co-pilot, and add your words, your action, your tasks, all to my tools and my artillery. Help me and bless me in my business, my time, my money, and the people that come forth that are looking for employment, to be able to go forth and do what's needed. Send the right fit, the right people in our life. Send our business into the personal areas of those who need the employment and the business strategies, because you learn this, because they learn as well. Help to send me into to the people that are the right fit for someone that, number one, loves you, and number two, is ready to be absolutely loyal to our business. And so those are some prayer points that you can pray according to the delegation in your business. In your business, you want to make sure that you pray every single day. If you haven't been with us all the other 19 days of this 830 process, we've basically talked about time management. We've talked about, we haven't talked about money management. We're talking about time management. We've talked about delegating. We've talked about prayer in your business. We've talked about the strategies in it. We've gone through motivation. We've talked about manifestation. We've talked about seed sowing. We've talked about a plethora of events. So if you are interested, this would be a good time to go back and look at the replays, because at the end of the month, we'll only have those replays up until about September the 5th, and then they will be going into the Women Entrepreneurs of Faith group only for access. So it would be good, behoove you, that if you're interested, to get that information. Again, over the delegation, I just want to reiterate before we close out here, in delegating in your business, you want to start with yourself, and you want to talk about the strengths that you have to figure out deep inside, your strengths and your weaknesses. So we're going to talk about, once you figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are, then you do the things that you're strong in yourself, but you start delegating from the top of your list of weaknesses, according to what's the easiest and down to the hardest, and start delegating in your business according to that. You then have to figure out how you're going to delegate. Who's going to be the person that works for you? A tip, if you did not know, but you can, in your home-based businesses, in your business online, you can always hire your children, and there's a tax break that you can be prepared to get. Now, you have to talk to your accountant about that, but that there is a tax break that you get for your children, helping you inside of the business, and that's pretty good. Of course, any tax break and any money that we can get back is absolutely amazing when we can receive something back. But we talked about delegating and things that you can delegate: your email sequences, your flyers for your events, your actual events that you are scheduling. You can hire the VAs to be able to help with those, with the emails. You have to make sure that you have systems and processes in order to be able to delegate. We talked about that. Your managers, your leads, and your ambassadors can also be who you delegate to as well. And I went past that earlier, but you have your person that, like your social media managers, or your manager of operations in your business, or your leads, or even those of us that have ambassadors. So for the Single Mom Survival Club, we have ambassadors that are out in the different cities and states that represent the Single Mom Survival Club, and then they go forth with events in that instance. So they are also people that you can delegate things to, because you don't have to do everything yourself. We talked about delegating social media posts and along with advertising, Facebook, Instagram advertising. We talked about for your clients, the the day that you celebrate your clients. What did I just call it? I just had it. But anyway, being able to celebrate your clients or your customers for that day, Customer Appreciation Day. So for your Customer Appreciation Days and your gifts that you might send out in the mail to all of your customers, thanking them for being a part of your business and for trusting you to do business with you, you can then have it delegated to be able to put those things together and get them sent out. It can be very simple. And then we talked about the events and workshops, and then we went over the prayer points, which are very important. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys today. Thank you, Rodney. I appreciate that very, very much. If you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments. We are giving away on today two different options. We will be giving away the Divine Joy Prayer Journal. We will be giving away She's a Winner Weekly Goals Journal. And so we'll be giving away a copy of each one of them. And the only requirement was that you had to be live. So you have to be able to place something in the comment section to let me know that you were here. And then there we will go through and we will choose the winners. And then I will announce the winners on tomorrow's live. And so we'll need to get the correct information from you. I'm sorry, guys. I keep looking over here because I'm used to the camera being over here, and it's over here now for both locations. So anyway, so we'll announce tomorrow, or either I'll just put it into the comments today on who won the two different journals as of today. Why? Because today is August the 20th of 2020. The biggest celebration is going to be on 8/30, which is August the 30th, which is my birthday, when I turn, 48 years old, a whole nother year that I've been blessed to be on earth. And I'm absolutely amazed in the 48th chapter of what I'm going to be experiencing in life. It's challenging, it's exciting, but it's motivating. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited about the changes that have happened in the economy. I know a lot of people are not happy about it. They want to keep things the way that it used to be. And while the things the way it used to be is okay, I'm used to things changing in my life anyway. You can't keep the same technology too long because it shifts on you. You can't keep doing the same thing at your job because it shifts. And so rightfully so, in the economy, things never stay the same. Like I said, in the 1800s, you knew that when you were born, you knew what you were going to do. You knew you were going to be living in that state, in that city. You knew you were going to 9 times out of 10 find your spouse right there in that city. That was the pickings that you had. And you were going to deal with it. If it was good, bad, or ugly, you kind of dealt with that. Because why? That you didn't have any other options. What were you going to do? Leave your home? You know, you were going to most likely be in the business that your parents were in or whatever your spouse was a part of. And so now the dynamics of life change. And so the easiest way to deal with that is be prepared for the changes and embrace them and get excited about the future. Because with the changes, you can be excited about something good is going to happen. There's good in every situation, I believe. And I've been in some situations that people have wondered, how do you make it through? Why are you still dealing with it? How did you get out of that? The bottom line is mindset. Mindset is everything. And so it's when your mindset says that good is going to come, good comes. The Bible tells you have the power of life and death in the tongue, and you can speak that thing. You have to speak to a storm and it has to cease. He said you resist the devil, he has to flee. You speak to a mountain and it's got to shift, it's got to move. So you speak greatness into your own life, and we talked about that one day as well. Prophesy into your own life. Sow a seed into yourself as well as to someone else. And remember that seed multiplies. That you put one apple seed in the ground and you get a tree of thousands from harvest after harvest after harvest. It doesn't just bless you with multiplication at one time. It keeps multiplying and growing more trees and multiplying. Plant a seed for your harvest on today and watch it grow. Amen. You guys have an absolutely amazing evening. Talk to you tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel, 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night. We're back again. Love you guys.